an ambition to create some lovely townhouse-style apartments. We've ended up calling them townhomes. Key to that was trying to provide an alternative to the family home and just to provide an opportunity for people to get all the amenity of a house in an apartment-style living. The building is located in Brunswick and it is part of the industrial past of Brunswick. Nearby is some significant amounts of parkland. So there's Princess Park, there's Royal Park. It's also very, very close to a train station. It's a really walkable, really connected building. It was always about this idea of doing more with less and finding ways to do less but actually give back a bit more to the residents. We really did think a lot about how we could create apartments that would help people want to shift from houses to apartments. And I think it's a really difficult ask in Australia because culturally we're quite geared towards living in a house with a backyard. The building is a mix of 2 one-bedroom apartments, 4 two-bedroom apartments, and 6 three-bedroom apartments. The street-facing facade is a red brick facade. We try to do as little to that facade as possible in order to keep it as part of that urban fabric in Brunswick. We had this idea early on that you were moving through a cave, and at the end of the cave you could see this opening into a lush, sunken courtyard. Moving up through the atrium stair on the left-hand side, there's a view down into the bike storage area. We introduced a big void in the middle of the building, and that allowed us to have cross ventilation to all the apartments. When you enter the apartment, you have the master bedroom and ensuite and a mudroom as well. In the main kitchen space, there's the large central void and then quite a large island bench. And that was a really key part of the design because we always feel that kitchens are the most social spaces of the house. The living spaces flow out to the terrace spaces. Upstairs in this 3-bedroom apartment, we have 2 additional bedrooms as well as a study and an additional bathroom. Material selection was driven by sustainability and also by the desire to have quite a pared back material palette. Externally, the key materials we used were timber, the incidental fibre cement sheet, and there's also quite a lot of concrete blockwork and the existing brick. All the ground floor area is supported by blockwork, and so that was a cool opportunity to do a different material, and we were able to use a really lovely block from Adbury and do a stack bond. Internally, timber is a key material, timber floors and the timber island bench. We went for brass, tapware and door hardware wherever we could. And in addition, we actually went for a grey interior paint, which is quite a different feeling to white. It's a very subtle, subdued grey, but it does really give a different quality to the spaces, one that's like slightly calmer. Biophilic design is the idea that all people have this innate connection to nature, and that by encouraging and maintaining that connection, that it's actually really, really good for well-being. Simple things just like being able to feel air movement and see the sun shadows change during the day, or see a curtain move in the breeze. One was to have views out to native vegetation from as many rooms as possible, or even just see timber as a material when you're inside. The ambition with this building was always to do something that was quite sustainable, and having Breathe on board as well helped a lot with that. So the building at a high level is energy efficient. It's got an average natHERS rating of 7.5 across all the apartments. It has quite a large solar array, so it's 39 kilowatts. It Also has a grey water treatment for laundries and washing clothes, as well as for the gardens. In the car park, all of the car spaces have a power point ready to go for an EV charger. We have a large centralised hot water system with heat pumps. There is a good amount of courtyard and planted area in this development, and so by introducing a fully native planting schedule across the development, in a small way could contribute a little bit back to the local ecology and encourage native insect and bird life. Within the apartments, we tried to have as much natural light as possible, so there's an opportunity to reduce some energy use there. There is low VOC materials. All the timber was, as a minimum, FSC certified, and where possible we used recycled timber. Some of the ways that living in an apartment might be beneficial in terms of climate change would be they require less materials to build. They use a bit less energy. People in apartments are more likely to be close to the city, so there's more opportunity for them to use public transport, to ride and to walk around the place. But in addition to that, people just tend to live a bit smaller. And so there's a change in mindset. I think people are buying less stuff, people are using less energy, and I think wrapping their head around the fact that you actually can't fit everything that you might want into an apartment can also help people to just live a little bit more modestly.